they will ask what is content projection. They will ask what is ng template. They will ask what is view child. What is view child? It is a directive. It is a directive. It is a directive which is used for rendering any template into UI. It renders the template into UI. View means UI. It renders. But ng if is lengthy, complex. Why it is complex? Because you already learned in your programming. When you learned programming, you know that suppose I am writing if condition, and in that we defined another condition else if. So another condition, this is 2, and we are writing again another else if. This is what? Condition 3. Like this we are writing. When we are writing like this and we passed some value, when we passed a value, this value is matching with third condition. Then what is problem? It will not directly execute third. What it will do? First, it will check the first condition. After checking the first condition, it will check second. After that, it will check the third. If third is matching, then it will execute third. So there are 20 choices. 19th one is matching. Then what is problem with if is up to 19 it will check. That is lot of time consuming. You are unnecessarily checking 19 conditions. Now we can write logic.
Recording
Then
in
don't
progress.
try content projection. Yesterday we saw content projection for lot of images. So that is not great idea. If 2, 3 are there, it's okay. But if there are many, then better use switch. What is advantage of switch? It will execute only the block that is matching. It will not unnecessarily check others. So here in UI also, we can handle the same concept. In UI, what we can do is we can use ng switch. So we will see this ng switch today, how to work with ng switch. So what is the purpose of switch is nothing but actually switch is a selector. Switch is a selector that selects exactly the template that matches your condition and renders into UI. So what is switch? Switch is a selector. What this switch selector will do is it will select exactly the template that matches and it will render it. If there are many conditions, then better go with ng switch. Because if you, what is problem already you saw? What is problem in this content projection is we have to create a template separately. We have to render the template separately. We need a lot of logic behind it. But this makes it simple. If there are many conditions, you can easily handle. How? Actually, ng switch syntax practical it works like this. We keep any container. In that we have to write ng switch as a property. This switch will use a value, or it will use an expression that returns value. Value or expression that returns the value. Now, generally, switch have cases now. Case 1, case 2, like that. So here we have to define those cases in another container. Here we have to use, so ng switch case. Switch case, and what is the case? Suppose this is case 1, like this. Remember, you have to write a string inside a string. Case 1 is a string, and this case 1 string is inside that string representation. You have to use double quote for outer string and single quote for inner. If it is matching with case 1, it will render this. Actually, in ngif, what is required in ngif, we have to use ng templates. Ng templates are Angular templates, but here it will directly work on HTML. That means it is more better. ngif cannot work on HTML. Already we learned. In order to use ngif will work on HTML, but then clauses will not work on HTML. Then and else will not work on HTML. To use then and else, what we have done? ng template. We used ng template. So here advantage, everything works on directly HTML. So it is less complex. It is more faster when there are many conditions to handle. For that we use this, and very important, here we can add any number of cases like this. Div, we have to add ng what? Switch case, and this case is some case 2. On case 2, what to render we have to define. If the value is not matching with any case, default. Here we have to write as ng switch default. ng switch default, it contains the block which is executed when any case is not matching. This is how we design the switch cases. So how to configure the switch and how to define the switch. Now let's see how to implement in one example. We will learn how to create a simple example for that. So to create this, we can have different designs. We will see one sample design. Yesterday, we created this interface. We created this. Here, on mouse over, these images are changing. Yesterday, we designed this with all the content. Now, same you can implement by using switch also, but I will show you some different one. Then you can try on this, right? So another one, suppose let's open Flipkart site. In this Flipkart, let's go to some mobiles, and some details are there. Some mobile related, some details. I will select some mobile details. It will open the details like this. Now what I want here is, I don't want to show all these details at a time. This becomes very complex on screen. What I want is, I want to display first basic details. Basic details like its name, what is it, Realme C30, 2 GB RAM, that's it. That is just basic details. After that, if user is interested, he will say, okay, show me preview. Then the preview should come. And if user is more interested, then he will say, okay, show me details. Then more details will come. Details means available offers and everything about the product description, everything will come. So generally, many times we don't want all details to display. We will just show basic details. If user is interested, then we can ask him, okay, select what you want, we will display. User selects, I want how it looks like. User selects, I want how it works, its features. Then which one he selected, only that we have to add. If we have to manage this concept with ngIf, it's difficult because ngIf can have how many then blocks? Only one. Then extra you have to create templates, render those templates. But now this we can simply manage by using switch case. Let's try this, how we can handle. Suppose what we will do is here, I will create a simple screen now. This is mobile details. I will create one more component. And let's add one more component here. So open in terminal, ng generate component, and I will say product details. Okay. So skip test. Skip test. I'm adding a simple component called product details. And once it is added, let's keep in startup. We will keep product details in startup. In index, we will change the product details. We will change product details. Okay. Product details are changed. And here product details are working fine. Now we want to design similar type of screen here. Similar type of screen. So 1, 2, this one, yeah. Similar type of screen, but not all at a time. We want to change according to situation. Means we want user to choose what he wants. Then see, I'm creating a design. Let's go to product details. HTML page. In the product details HTML, let's create a div and a class container fluid. Okay. And here I'm creating another div class as btn toolbar. Actually, we have a button toolbar. I say btn primary. Okay. And in this, I'm adding a button div. This is suppose class btn group. I will do one thing. I will create a vertical group so that it will be more convenient in display. I will use a class row in this div class as call. Call is sum2 and another div, the class call as 10. And here we are adding a div class as btn group. btn group, so vertical. We are using button group vertical. Directly I will give button group vertical. And here we have button. So class btn and btn primary and w100. So this is, I said, basic details. Okay, another button. I will add similarly buttons. Another button is 2, 3 buttons. This is preview. And this is description. So basic details, preview and description. Now you can see this is the button group we created. And here I will just keep this as, so margin bottom as 2, all margin bottom as 2. Okay, and this row we will keep margin top as 4. So it is little down here like this. We have now the option basic details and the preview and description. When user selects, those details must come right side. Right side, that information should come. In the right column, we want to display only what user selects. We want to add only what user selects. So we will first create right side here. We want the details in such a way that they will be changing. They are not standard. When user selects basic, basic details should come. When user selects preview, preview should come. So I'm creating first a container. In this, we need 3 containers. So this is div. This container will have basic details. In this, we will put basic details. Suppose the basic details, I will copy heading. And I will copy this name. That is the name of the product. And you can see the name of the product will come here. Right. So, and I'm giving some name. Yeah, heading 4 style. Fine. And other details. So like it's reviews and ratings like this. So I'm adding a simple span. Again, span. In that span 4.3. Okay, this is span. Actually, this 4.3 will be beside 4.3. Yeah. And this span will have class BI and BI star fill. And text white. Okay. And this span will have class. So BG success, text white. And we have padding 2. And we have rounded and rounded 2 like this. Actually, it will display like this. We are just adding that information. And we will keep here other details, another span. And we will keep ratings and reviews. That is the span which have rating and reviews. This span will have class margin start 4, means left side some gap will come. That is just reviews and ratings. For this, actually, I can put style and color as gray, and it will add that color like gray. Reviews and ratings. This is actually basic details. Under that, so we want some 5,000 like this. Now we will just, means I'm not using all, just only some basic detail div. In this heading 2, and that is the price. We are having that price information there. So class margin top 3. Rest of such things you can design your own. As of now, these are basic details. Okay. Next important, this is one div. This div contains basic details. Okay, let's create another div. This div contains only preview. So image source is equal to It is in what? Assets. Assets slash view1.jpg. So width is some 300 and the height is some 400. You can see another is there. It will display like this. That is displayed in this way. This is how it looks like. This is actually image preview. Preview we are having. Okay. Now one more div in this details. We want details. Now here we will go and add the details. These are all the details actually. Usually to display such details, I will keep an unordered list. Unordered list will have class as a list unstyled, and we have list item. List item will have class bi, bi tag fill, and text success. And that is the option. And here I will add the message. That's how we are defining. This is a first point. We are displaying that first point here. Below it is there. Huh? Right. So like that, I will add second one also. That means second one also list item. Okay. And classes are same. Same class we are applying. Okay. This is second line. I will copy that second line. And here we will paste the second line. Okay. Now another third, let's copy. And this I will just keep third list item and this content, and classes are same. Like this, we can add some items. Okay, this is enough. I am using fourth. These are some description about it. Okay, then these are the classes. Now, what we want is these all details are there. This I will keep a heading called available offers. This is available offers. It will show that. Okay, those offers are there below. Now what I want is, I don't want all these to display. I want only which user selects. All these on screen are not good. So then we have to control this by using these buttons. Then what we do is, first step is, in the first step, we are going to the TS file. And in the TS file, we will create a property. We are defining a property called public. So view name is a string type and it is having some property. View name, I will give the view name as basic details. Basic details, that is the view name. It is a string and it is basic details. That is the view name we are having. Okay. This view name we need to apply here. See, now out of these three blocks, one block is basic details. Second block is image preview. Third block is description. So description, or they can say offers. Am I right? Offers. Now these things we need. What I will do here, all three containers are present in a div. In this div, we will use ng switch. ng switch, here we will access view name. So what is the view name? By default kept there, basic details. So this div will be used as ng switch case. Understood? And what is the case name? String. You have to put a string. What is it? Basic details. Okay. The second div, this is second div. It is second case. ng what? Switch case. And this is using what? Some preview. Basic details preview. And this is third container. So we will use ng switch case. And the switch case is what? Offers. Offers like that we define. Now you can see currently which case is matching. Basic details is matching. Then only basic details will come. Others are removed. Now when user clicks preview, then preview should add and others should remove. It's not hiding, it should remove. Then what we will do? We have to write logic for these buttons. On the button click, view name should change. Simple here. We will go to TS. We will write a method called this is a view click. Am I right? On view click, which view clicked, I will get that name. So that means we will get view name, which is what type? String type. And this view name we will apply to this dot view name. This dot view name is equal to view name. That means the current view is what? Basic details, but it will be changing when view is clicked. That means when view clicked, I will send the view name that will be applied to view name. This view name it will verify in the switch which case matching, and only that will be added. So what we will do now here is we will go to the buttons, and for buttons we have to write click. Click, button click. On button click, which one? We have to call this function. What is it? View click. So view click. Into that we need to pass view name. Na? View name is what? Basic details. That is first button. Second button click. Same view click, but this time what is the view name? Preview. Third one again click, and this is what? View click. Which one? Offers. That's what we need to do. That means on the button click we are sending that view name. It is verifying which case it is matching. Only that case it will display. That case it will add, others it will remove. That means now you can see here, this is details. I click on preview, then preview will come. I click on offers, then offers only will come. I click on basic details, then basic details will come. By default it is basic details. And I can change the preview, the offers. When user clicks, only those details will come. We can design anyway. Sometimes what people do, they will put a drop down. In the drop down, they will ask what you want, select basic details, preview, or offers. They can select which one they want from the drop down, that will display. So that means we can do like this. For example, here we will put another div and class margin top as 4. We have a select. This select will have a class form select, and this select is having an option. What is it? Basic details. And its value is basic details. Details without space. Because what you show is different, what you submit is different. Option, another one is it preview. Value should be also preview. And what about another one? So value is what? Option is what? Offers. Offers and value. value is what offers. Remember, this drop down also have to use an option change, because drop down cannot click, you can change. When changes, same view click have to handle. Into the view click, then how we send the view name, that is different. Here we have to use another mechanism. I will tell you. Initially, first here we are using a drop down now. When user selects the drop down, we can display those details there. But how do we do that? We have to write a change event now. On change event, we have to select this view name. That means now see what I am doing here. I'm using data binding technique. What is it? ng model. It should use the view name. Understood? Already view name is a property now. View name is a property which is having basic details. We are attaching that view name. That means whenever you select any value, that value will be stored